I always thought love meant staying quiet when things hurt. Lena used to say that, smiling like it was wisdom. If you love me, she told me once, you won't make things difficult. I believed her. I paid for dinners I couldn't afford. I skipped nights with friends. I swallowed jokes and anger because I wanted peace. Tonight was supposed to be another test I would pass. The room was full of people who didn't matter to me. Music played low. Glasses clinked. Ethan stood near Lena like he owned the space. He looked at me and laughed. "So this is the guy?" he asked. "You really chose him?" I forced a smile. "What's your problem, man?" "My problem?" Ethan stepped closer. "My problem is you forgetting your place." I looked at Lena. "Are you hearing this?" She didn't meet my eyes. "Just relax," she said. "You're being sensitive." Ethan chuckled. "See? Even she knows." I felt heat rise in my chest. "I'm not here to be disrespected." Ethan raised his glass. "Then earn respect." "What does that even mean?" I asked. He leaned in. "Kneel." The word hit harder than a slap. "Say that again." "Kneel," he said louder. "Show some loyalty." I laughed because I didn't know what else to do. "You're joking." Lena finally looked at me. Her voice was calm. "Just do it." I stared at her. "You want me to kneel?" She crossed her arms. "If you love me, you will." My heart started racing. "This is insane." "Don't embarrass me," she said. Ethan smiled wide. "Everyone's watching." I could hear my own breathing. "Lena, please." She sighed. "Why are you making this hard?" That question hurt more than anything else. I thought about every time I chose her over myself. I thought about how tired I was. My pride screamed at me to walk away. My love begged me to stay. "Just this once," she whispered. I looked around. No one spoke. No one stopped it. I realized no one cared. "If I do this," I said, "we're done with games." She nodded. "Of course." I dropped to my knees. The floor was cold. My hands shook. Ethan laughed. "Good boy." Something cracked inside me. Not loudly. Quietly. Like glass under pressure. "Stand up," Lena said quickly, like she felt awkward now. I stood, but I wasn't the same. "Are you happy?" I asked. She avoided my eyes again. "Let's go home." Ethan raised his glass. "That's how it should be." I walked toward the door. Lena followed. "Don't be dramatic," she said. "You proved yourself." I turned to her. "No," I said. "I lost myself." She frowned. "You're overthinking." I shook my head. "Love isn't this." She laughed nervously. "You'll get over it." I stepped outside alone. The air felt heavy. My legs felt weak. I realized something important as I stood there shaking. Love should never cost dignity. And if it does, it isn't love at all. My phone buzzed in my pocket. It was Lena. "Where did you go?" she asked. "I went where I could breathe," I said. "You're acting like a victim," she replied. "I was on my knees," I said. "What do you call that?" She went quiet. "You're twisting things." "No," I said. "I finally see them." "You embarrassed me," she snapped. "I embarrassed myself," I said. "For you." She laughed softly. "You're being dramatic again." I closed my eyes. "Did you feel anything when I knelt?" "That's not fair," she said. "What's not fair," I replied, "is loving someone who enjoys watching you break." She inhaled sharply. "Ethan was just testing you." "Testing what?" I asked. "How small I could become." "He's important," she said. "So am I said. She didn't answer. I lowered my voice. "I would have done anything for you." "I didn't ask for that," she said. "Yes, you did," I said. "You just never said thank you." She sighed again. "Come back." I looked at the dark street. "I can't." "Why?" she asked. "Because if I do," I said, "I'll kneel again." The call ended. I stood there alone, heart pounding, hand steady now. I understood the truth at last. Losing her would hurt. Losing myself would destroy me. I took one last breath and turned away. Tomorrow would be painful, lonely, and uncertain. But tonight, for the first time, I chose dignity over fear, silence over begging, and myself over a love that demanded my knees to be broken forever. I didn't say a word as I walked out that night. Not a word. Lena's heels clicked behind me. "You're being dramatic," she called. I didn't turn. "You can't just leave like this," she said. My chest tightened. "Watch me," I whispered. "You're overreacting," she said, but I could hear the strain in her voice. "I just wanted you to prove." I stopped listening. Every word she said now sounded hollow. Later, my phone buzzed. Her name flashed on the screen. I ignored it. Another text. "I didn't mean it like that." I pressed delete. My thumb hovered over the screen for longer than I expected. I remembered Ethan's smirk, the way he thought he owned the room. I hated them both. The next morning, she called. "Why are you ignoring me?" Her tone was sharp, almost accusing. I sighed. "Because I can't hear you right now. You're too sensitive." Her words were like knives. I clenched my fists. "Sensitive," I repeated. I got on my knees. "Do you understand that? I just wanted to see if you cared." She sounded innocent, but I knew better. Cared. I scoffed. "I loved you, and I humiliated myself because of you. That's care." Her silence screamed back at me. Then, "You're making this bigger than it is." I laughed, bitter and hollow. "Bigger than it is? Lena, my pride is gone, my dignity broken, and you're telling me I'm overreacting." "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said. Weak. Empty. I closed my eyes. Sleep didn't come that night. I lay in bed, replaying every word, every smirk, every command. Ethan's laughter echoed in my head. My chest ached like someone had left a weight there. "You need to get over it," she texted again the next day. I stared at the screen. Get over it. I wanted to type back, to scream, to demand she feel this weight even for a second. Instead, I deleted the message. Again. When I met Ryan later, he noticed the change immediately. "You look off," he said. I shrugged. "I'm fine." Lies came easy now. "Are you?" he pressed. "You're acting like a ghost." What happened? I wanted to tell him everything. Lena and Ethan. My voice cracked. She made me kneel. In front of everyone. She sided with him. I stopped. The words felt useless. "Damn," Ryan muttered. "That's brutal." "I can't stop thinking about it," I admitted. "Every time I close my eyes, it's there. Every laugh, every smirk. I replay it. I can't escape it." "Then stop arguing with ghosts," he said. "Observe. Learn. Don't let them see you break more than you already have." I nodded, swallowing hard. Observation. That felt like the only way forward. Silence. Isolation. Quiet rage building beneath my skin. I realized something terrifying and freeing. No one was coming to save me. "Do you hear me?" Ryan asked. "You have to save yourself." "I know," I said. And I did. Somewhere deep, my pride, though shattered, began to stir. I had been kneeling physically before, but now I swore I wouldn't kneel emotionally again. That night, I walked alone through the empty streets. Lena called twice. I ignored both calls. Ethan's smirk returned to my mind like a shadow I couldn't shake. My chest tightened. I clenched my fists. "This ends with me," I whispered to the empty night. No one else would fix this. Not Lena. Not Ethan. Not anyone. Only I could take my life back. And I would. I saw it happen again, and this time I felt nothing. Lena laughed at Ethan's joke, the kind meant to cut me down. "You're really sensitive today," she said loudly, making sure others heard. I didn't answer. I didn't flinch. I just watched her face, calm in a way that scared me. "Say something," she pushed. I shrugged. "Why?" Ethan leaned back. Look at him. Finally learning his place. I nodded once. Maybe. Her smile faded. Don't do that. Do what? I asked. Act like you don't care, she said. I don't, I replied, and realized it was true. Later, Ryan cornered me outside. What the hell was that? He asked. What did it look like? I said. It looked like you checked out, he said. That's dangerous. I know, I answered. You used to fight back, Ryan said. Now you just let them walk over you. I'm done fighting battles I already lost, I said. He stared at me. Do you hate her? I shook my head. I hate myself. That bad? He asked. I knelt, I said. The word tasted rotten. I actually knelt. Ryan cursed. Man. I let it happen, I said. I trained them to treat me that way. So stop, he said. I am, I said quietly. Lena called that night. You embarrassed me today. I stood there, I said. That's all. You're punishing me, she said. I'm protecting myself, I replied. She laughed. Since when? Since I realized no one else will, I said. She went quiet. You're changing. Yes, I said. I am. You think you're better than us now, she snapped. No, I said. I just won't beg anymore. You used to, she said. I know, I answered. That's the problem. She hung up. The calm stayed with me. It wrapped around my anger and smothered it. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped asking questions I already knew the answers to. When Lena spoke, I listened like a stranger. When Ethan mocked me, I memorized his tone. Ryan noticed. You're planning something, he said. I'm planning my exit, I replied. Revenge, he asked. No, I said. Freedom. I still showed up. I still smiled. I still played my role. But inside, I was already gone. I saved money quietly. I looked for new work. I stopped sharing my thoughts. Lena complained. You're distant, she said. I'm tired, I answered. You don't love me anymore, she accused. I love myself a little, I said. That's not how relationships work, she snapped. It should be, I replied. She scoffed. You won't last without me. I smiled. Watch me. That night, I stood alone in my room and faced the truth. I didn't need to destroy anyone. I didn't need to prove anything. I just needed to leave with my dignity intact. I whispered it out loud, like a vow. I will never beg again. The words felt solid, heavy, real. For the first time since I knelt, the balance shifted. She didn't feel it. Ethan didn't notice. But I did. And that was enough. I wasn't powerful yet. I wasn't free yet. But I had stopped bleeding in public. I had stopped asking for mercy from people who enjoyed my pain. That was the moment everything changed. I started paying attention. Not to Lena, not to her smiles or her lies, but to her world. The family she came from. Their wealth, their gatherings, the way they all measured themselves against each other. I realized their perfect image was brittle. I saw her father, Mr. Hawthorne, cornering a business partner with that calm stare, a knife in a smile. He controlled everything. I understood why Lena acted the way she did. Her world demanded perfection, obedience, and submission. You're studying them too closely, Ryan said when we met for coffee. I need to know what I'm dealing with, I replied. You're obsessed, he said. No, I said. I'm preparing. Ethan's arrogance was obvious. At one event, he leaned back in his chair, laughing at a poor waiter's mistake. Lena giggled. Ethan, don't be rude, someone whispered. He didn't stop. I watched silently, noting every smirk, every careless glance. He was reckless, dangerous to anyone weak enough to bend. You're quiet tonight, Victor said when he came to the office. I had met him through a project. He was older, calm, and sharp. Planning your next move? I'm learning, I said. Good, he replied. Most people just react. You're reacting emotionally, but observation is power. Don't forget that. I nodded. Victor didn't try to console me. He didn't tell me to let go or move on. He showed me that thinking bigger didn't mean revenge. It meant strategy, patience, and seeing yourself as someone who could control more than your anger. I'm tired of being small, I told him. I let people walk over me. You can't fix everything at once, he said. But you can start fixing yourself. I paid attention everywhere I went. At Lena's family dinners, I noticed the whispered resentments, the thin smiles, the quiet manipulation. At work, I observed people like Ethan, those who thrived on arrogance and entitlement. I learned their patterns, their weaknesses. You're changing, Ryan said again one night. You're not reacting anymore. You're analyzing. I'm learning, I said. Not fighting. Not begging. Just watching. You're getting dangerous, he laughed. In a good way. I smiled faintly. Dangerous wasn't what I wanted. I wanted prepared. Ready. Patient. I wanted to see clearly instead of burning with blind rage. At home, I replayed every interaction with Lena, Ethan, and her family. Every smirk, every command, every laugh. I wasn't just hurt anymore. I was awake. I could see the cracks in their perfect world. You're thinking too much, Lena said when she texted. Why are you acting so distant? I'm not acting, I replied. I'm seeing clearly. Her silence said more than any argument ever could. Victor's words echoed, observation is power. I repeated them to myself at night, over and over. The anger was still there, simmering, but it wasn't my guide. Knowledge was. Strategy was. You're quiet, Ryan said once more, a smirk on his face. And you're scary. Not scary, I said. Aware. I learned to listen. I learned to notice. I learned that the people who humiliated me were careless, fragile, and predictable. And I would be ready when it mattered. No confrontation yet. No revenge yet. Only understanding. And for the first time in months, I felt a flicker of control. I stood at the door and didn't knock. Lena looked up from her phone, smiling. You're early, she said. I'm leaving, I said. Her eyes widened. Leaving? Where? Just leaving, I repeated. My voice was calm, too calm. She laughed, light and sharp. You're joking. Come on, don't be dramatic. I'm not, I said. She put the phone down. So this is it. No fight. No talk. I've said everything I need to, I replied. Her smile faltered, then returned. You'll come back. You always do. I won't, I said. Her laugh turned nervous. Okay, fine. If that's what you want. You don't understand, I said. This isn't about wanting. Ethan leaned against the wall behind her. Look at him. Finally acting like he has a spine. He smirked. Thought you'd crawl back, man. I didn't respond. I looked at him, nothing. Lena stepped forward. Why are you being like this? I can't be like this anymore, I said. Not for you. Not for anyone here. Her eyes flicked to Ethan. You're overreacting. Not at all, I said. I'm reacting exactly the way I should. She frowned. You think leaving will solve anything? It solves one thing, I said. Me. You're ridiculous, she snapped. We've been together for years. And I've been kneeling for years, I said quietly. I've been silent for years. And that ends now. Fine, she said. Her voice trembled. Walk away then. See if anyone cares. I did. The street outside was quiet. The air sharp, but it felt cleaner than anything I had breathed in months. I didn't look back. I didn't hesitate. The apartment, the arguments, the humiliation, I left it all behind. My phone buzzed almost immediately. Lena, where are you? I didn't reply. Another message. You're being absurd. Come back. Still nothing. Ethan called my name once from the balcony. Going somewhere. His voice dripping mockery. I didn't answer. I felt the weight of everything I had carried, anger, shame, humiliation, begin to lift slightly. Walking away hurt, yes. harder than kneeling. But this hurt was honest, clean, controlled. I passed the cafes we'd visited together, the streets we had walked, the corners we had laughed around. Each step reminded me of the man I had been, but also of the man I was choosing to become. Lena's texts kept coming. I ignored them. I don't understand. Please talk to me. Don't be like this. I stared at the phone once, then powered it off. Ryan called later. You actually did it? He asked. I did, I said. I left. And I won't look back. He laughed. Damn, man. Proud of you. It's not pride, I said. It's survival. I can't survive kneeling anymore. Weeks passed. Lena tried to reach me through friends, messages, even at my workplace. Ethan smirked when he saw me, expecting fear, begging, some sign of weakness. I gave him none. When they asked why I disappeared, I shrugged. I had to go. No explanations. No closure. Just walking away. For the first time, I chose myself. Not love, not revenge, not even dignity. Just me. I realized something then. Power wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was silent. It was leaving before they could hurt you again. I didn't feel relief yet. Only clarity. Lena's world wouldn't reach me now. Ethan's mockery was irrelevant. My life was mine again. And that was enough. I never looked back. Months passed, and I rebuilt quietly. Victor's advice guided me more than anyone else. Focus on what you control, he said one evening over coffee. Not their chaos, not their arrogance. Yourself. I feel small still, I admitted. You're not, he said. You just think you are. Stop thinking like a victim. I nodded, sipping the bitter coffee. He was right. I was done with begging, done with kneeling. I focused on work, learning more, gaining skills, proving to myself I could stand on my own. You're changing, Ryan noticed when we met after months. I am, I said. I'm becoming someone who doesn't need their approval. At first, the news about Lena's family reached me in whispers. A deal fell through. Her father argued with a partner over money. Lena's carefully constructed image cracked slightly. Ethan's influence wavered. I felt no joy in it, only a calm acceptance. Life has a way of balancing itself, and I let it. I heard about the deal, Ryan said one day. That must feel good. I shook my head. It doesn't. It's not mine to enjoy. I just watch. I focus on me. Maya appeared quietly, almost unnoticed at first. She wasn't loud. She didn't demand attention. She offered respect instead of control. You're tense, she said one evening, handing me tea. Why? Because people I cared about can hurt themselves and me, and I can't fix it, I said. Then stop trying to fix everyone, she said. Some things aren't yours to carry. Her words felt like sunlight cutting through shadows. I've been carrying too much, I admitted. Then let go, she said. Start with yourself. Her presence was calm, steady. I didn't feel the urge to prove anything, to kneel, to beg. I could be myself and be respected. It was a foreign feeling, but I liked it. Meanwhile, Ethan started slipping at work. His arrogance made people avoid him. I noticed how quickly his careless confidence turned into cautious gestures. Lena noticed too, and I could feel her desperation without even speaking to her. You've changed, she texted me one morning. You act different, distant, confident. It's unsettling. I'm living my life, I replied. Not yours. Do you even think about me? She asked. Sometimes, I said. Then I remember I don't need to. I didn't seek revenge, didn't smile at their failures, didn't gloat. I let it happen naturally. Karma doesn't rush, it waits. It balances itself quietly. I simply focused on what I could control. My skills, my independence, my dignity. Maya and I spent more time together, talking, laughing, planning small projects. She asked questions, not orders. She listened, didn't judge. I found myself looking forward to these moments more than anything else. You trust me, she said once. I do, I admitted. It's rare. Then remember that trust isn't weakness, she said. It's strength. And you're strong enough not to kneel for anyone. I nodded. Her words cemented something I already felt. I wasn't powerless anymore. The humiliation, the kneeling, the begging, they were memories, not habits. Ethan tried one more time to assert himself at a meeting. I watched silently, and he faltered in front of everyone. I said nothing. Lena tried reaching me again, pleading, demanding attention. I didn't answer. My silence was louder than any words. Victor visited one evening. You see it now, don't you? He asked. Not their chaos, not their arrogance. Your calm is your power. I see it, I said. I don't want them to fail. I just want to live without kneeling. That's enough, he said. I realized then that the balance had shifted. Ethan was smaller, Lena desperate, and I was free. My focus wasn't on revenge. It was on survival, growth, and quiet confidence. The city outside my window was loud, chaotic, full of ambition and greed. I smiled faintly, letting it wash over me. I didn't need to conquer anyone. I just needed to stand. And finally, I could. The knock on my door startled me. I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened it slowly. Lena stood there, eyes wide, hands trembling. We need to talk, she said. I don't think we do, I replied, keeping my voice steady. She swallowed, her lips quivering. Please. Stop, I said. Just stop. I'm sorry, she whispered. Her eyes searched mine. I didn't realize. I shook my head. You're saying words because you're scared, not because you feel them. Her eyes filled with tears. I lost control. Everything's falling apart. Ethan left. My family, it's all a mess. And you want help? I asked quietly. Yes, she almost shouted. I need help. I laughed softly, bitter. Help? Lena, you've been begging me to kneel for you for years. Do you remember how it felt? To humiliate myself in front of you and him. She choked on her words. Stop, I said again. Stop twisting it. You think apologies erase the past. They don't. She looked away, ashamed. I didn't know how much I hurt you. You did, I said. And you still don't understand. You think fear can fix it, but it can't. You think kneeling now, bowing to me emotionally, changes anything. It doesn't. Her hands shook. I'll do anything. Anything you want. I stepped back. No. I'm not your pawn anymore. I already paid the price for your arrogance, your cruelty, your games. That cost me my pride, my dignity, my trust. You think begging now balances the scales? It doesn't. Her lips quivered. I just want things to go back. They can't, I said firmly. Because I don't kneel anymore. Not for anyone. Not for you. Not for him. Not for your world. She sank to her knees, sobbing silently, head bowed. Ethan's absence had left her powerless. Her family's collapse had broken her. But I didn't feel satisfaction. Only clarity. Only calm. Only truth. I watched her, every emotion raw. Fear, desperation, shame. But there was no joy in her downfall for me. Just the knowledge that I had survived. That I had walked away without losing myself. Please, she whispered, her voice cracking. I'll change. I'll do anything. You've said that before, I replied. Actions, not words, Lena. And your actions cost me everything. She looked up, pleading, desperate. But I'm broken. Don't leave me like this. I already left, I said. Years ago, the moment I knelt. I left then, emotionally. Now, I just walk away physically. That's all that remains. Her tears fell freely now. I see it. I see what I destroyed. Please, forgive me. I shook my head slowly. Forgiveness isn't mine to give. I survived. That's enough. Your fear, your guilt, they aren't mine to carry. You made your choices. I made mine. She tried to reach for me. I stepped back. Don't. This is the last time you see me, Lena. Not because I hate you. Because I respect myself too much to kneel again. Ever. The door closed behind her. I leaned against it, feeling the weight of everything lift slightly. Anger. Sadness. Relief. It all washed through me in quiet waves. Outside, the city went on, oblivious. Lena's world continued to crumble. Ethan had abandoned her. Her family was unraveling. And I was finally free. I sat down, closing my eyes. No triumph. No gloating. Just peace. I didn't need to see her suffer to feel justice. I survived. I learned. I walked away. And that was enough. I watched from a distance, quietly, as the Hawthorne family's world collapsed. Not a single person noticed me observing, and that was exactly how I wanted it. Their image, once flawless, was breaking under the weight of arrogance and carelessness. Noah, I murmured to myself, seeing Lena's younger brother caught in the middle. He didn't deserve this. None of them did. But none of them had cared about anyone else either. Inside their mansion, arguments flared. How could you approve that deal? Mr. Hawthorne's voice boomed. It's collapsing. You always micromanage everything. Mrs. Hawthorne shot back. You think you're perfect. Ethan laughed from the corner. Maybe if we all listened to me, this wouldn't have happened. Noah, Lena's sister yelled. Stay out of this. I felt a pang in my chest. He hadn't asked for any of it. He was innocent, yet he was trapped in the consequences of pride and cruelty. Ryan, meeting me for coffee later, raised an eyebrow. You're watching all this calmly. I have to, I said. Otherwise, I'd get drawn back into their chaos. Feels good, doesn't it? He asked. I shook my head. No. I feel free. Not victorious. Scandal surfaced, small at first. A leaked email here, a failed contract there. The family staff whispered secrets to anyone who would listen. No one helped each other. Every action mirrored how they had treated others. Cold, proud, careless. Lena was desperate, calling endlessly. You have to help me, she begged in one message. I didn't reply. I couldn't. I had learned that helping someone like her would cost me more than I was willing to pay. Ethan tried to rally the remaining staff, but his influence was slipping. His arrogance, once a shield, now made him appear incompetent. I told you we needed a new plan, he shouted at the accountant. You weren't listening, the accountant snapped back. I watched all this unfold and felt no glee. Only understanding. Karma doesn't ask permission. It doesn't announce itself or wait for fairness. It simply balances the scales. Noah ran past the chaos one evening, backpack in hand. He paused for a moment, looking at the shattered smiles of his family, then glanced toward the empty street where I had once walked away. I wondered if he ever noticed me observing. Do they deserve this? Ryan asked later. I don't know, I admitted. I only know it mirrors what they did to others. Cold, proud, careless. That's all I see. You've changed, he said. You don't want revenge. You just let it happen. Exactly, I said. I let life unfold. I don't need to participate in their collapse. The news reached me sporadically. A public announcement of a failed deal. A family argument spilling into social media. Lena's pride shattered, Ethan humiliated, her father scrambling to repair the image he had maintained for decades. I felt a strange calm. No joy. No celebration. Just the sense that the world, in its quiet way, had corrected itself. The same way it had corrected me when I finally stopped kneeling. I sipped my coffee on the balcony, the city alive below me. The Hawthorne family continued to crumble, and I was separate now. Detached. Observing, learning, breathing freely. Freedom feels like this, I whispered, and it was true. I didn't need victory over them. I didn't need to gloat. Just their absence, their consequences, and my survival. Noah's small voice echoed in my memory. I hoped he would survive, learn, and avoid the mistakes his family had made. He deserved a chance to live differently. I finished my coffee and looked at the horizon. I was free. That was enough. I woke up and looked at the city through the window. The skyline was the same, indifferent, unchanging. I was different. Quiet, steady, stronger than I had ever imagined. Maya was in the kitchen, humming softly as she poured coffee. I didn't define myself through her, didn't cling or beg. She existed beside me, not above me, not below. "Morning," she said. "Morning," I replied. "You're calm today," she observed. "I'm not calm," I said. "I'm whole." She smiled. "Whole feels good." "It feels like breathing without pain," I said. I remembered kneeling. That humiliating moment replayed once in a while, like a shadow that reminded me of the man I used to be. I didn't curse Lena anymore. I didn't carry anger toward her or Ethan. Their world had collapsed. My world had grown. I had survived. "You think about them?" Maya asked gently. "Sometimes," I admitted. "But only to remember how far I've come." She nodded. "You've changed." "Yes," I said. "I'm stronger. I'm quieter. I don't beg, I don't kneel, I don't make myself small for anyone." Her eyes searched mine. "You're proud of yourself?" "I'm grateful," I said. "To the past me, who survived humiliation. To the me who walked away when everything screamed to stay. I didn't destroy them. I didn't take revenge. I just took everything back by standing up and walking away." "You're free," she said softly. "Yes," I said, looking at the city again. "I'm free." Maya poured me coffee and handed me the cup. I didn't touch it immediately. I let the warmth sit in my hand and thought. I thought about Lena, about Ethan, about every demand, every laugh, every command to bow. "They taught me something," I said finally. "And that is resilience," I said. "Patience. Observation. Survival. I learned that pride isn't weak. Submission is. And power isn't gained by hurting others. It's claimed quietly, without recognition, without applause. Just by standing." She sat across from me, silent, letting me speak. I didn't need approval. I didn't need validation. Only truth. "I used to think love demanded sacrifice," I said, remembering every painful moment. "But real love doesn't. Real respect doesn't humiliate. Real life doesn't kneel." Maya reached over and brushed my hand. "You've built something strong," she said. "Something that can't be taken away." I nodded. "Exactly. And it's mine. Not owed to anyone. Not dependent on anyone's approval." The past still whispered occasionally, Lena's voice, Ethan's smirk, the commands I obeyed. But now they were distant. Lessons, not chains. Shadows, not masters. "Do you regret it?" Maya asked. "No," I said. "I regret nothing. Every fall, every shame, every moment I thought I was powerless, those moments taught me power. The kind that can't be stolen. The kind that can't be demanded." I stood and walked to the balcony. The wind touched my face. I breathed deeply. For the first time in years, I didn't feel small. I didn't feel broken. I felt alive. Free. Untouchable by their arrogance. "I never knelt again," I whispered to the city below. "Not for love. Not for fear. Not for pride. Not for them. I only stood, and in standing, I became mine." Maya came beside me, quiet, steady. I didn't need to define myself through her. I just existed, complete in myself, accompanied but independent. The sun rose over the skyline. Light poured into the room. I didn't hate. I didn't crave revenge. I didn't wish for their suffering. I only wished for clarity, dignity, and the life I had reclaimed. I turned to her and smiled faintly. "I survived," I said. "And you thrived," she said. "Yes," I agreed. "I did." The past had tried to break me. It had demanded my knees. It had demanded my silence, my dignity, my pride. I gave nothing more. I didn't take revenge with my hands. I didn't destroy them physically or emotionally. I didn't even interfere in their collapse. I simply stood up, walked away, and in doing so, I took everything back. For the first time, I was untouchable, unbroken, whole. And that was enough.